having me on the show today. Yeah, I'm actually an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. I've started a few businesses over the past few years in my life. But one of the more successful ones that I'm running into right now is a non-emergency medical transportation company. So I actually started this company a little over almost 2 years ago now. And it's actually grown pretty exponentially ever since I started. To slow down, if you guys are familiar with non-emergency medical transportation, it's more like senior transportation, taking people to and from medical appointments around a particular area. So I'm actually based out of South Florida. So we have a large senior community here, and we've built a pretty big business. We've been able to grow to one of the largest non-emergency medical transport companies in South Florida, in Palm Beach County to be specific. And now, since we've found so much success, I've actually turned my passion for that business into courses. So now I'm teaching other people how they can start their own non-emergency medical transportation company. And the courses have been going well as well. And now we're here to share the information. You know, it's a great business to have for any entrepreneur. There's relatively low barriers to entry to enter that market. And there's a lot of revenue potential once you get started. Like I said—
How many people in your database there, Tony? How many people do you actually serve?
How many people do I serve? We do a few hundred rides a year. So last year we closed at about 450 in terms of rides. And this year we're on pace to beat that.
Oh, very good. How does that differ from Elite or Uber or other services that might be contrary?
Great question, great question. So our business focuses solely on non-emergency medical. So most of our transports are people that are in either wheelchairs or stretchers. So most Uber vehicles and things like that aren't accessible for those things. So that's where a service like mine comes in. And, you know, a lot of seniors and wheelchair bound people, finding transportation is actually a very difficult thing for them, you know, between, what it costs and, availability of that transport. That's actually not as easy as it may sound. So we found ourselves in a position of not only taking people to, medical appointments and things like that, we're also finding ourselves taking them to, grocery stores and, daily errands and things like that. So we became pretty flexible as a transportation company, and it's worked out to our benefit.
That sounds great. That sounds very exciting too. I mean, but you probably have special vehicles. How many special vehicles do you have?
So we currently have 4 special vehicles, and we also have standard vehicles. So that's actually a really good question. So this business, you can actually start with your own car. You don't need a special vehicle. There's people who, use walkers and canes and things like that don't necessarily need the wheelchair accommodations that your car could be used for in that sort of thing. So you can start with your car to get rolling, and then graduate to a wheelchair vehicle, and graduate to a stretcher vehicle. There's a lot of opportunity in the industry.
Well, the good thing is that you're in a retirement community, Florida.
Yes. So,
wonderful.
So location is definitely very important. You want to make sure that that there is a need in the area. I am in a hyper need area, as you know, South Florida. A lot of retirees, a lot of older people, a lot of disabled people. But like with any business, do the research of your area, and find out what that real need is. You may not even know that there's a huge senior community right around you. Which I help a lot of clients on my consulting side of the business. I help a lot of clients understand what their true demographics are, who's really around them, what sort of business opportunities do they really have in their respective areas.
Wow.
We need to have you come back. Because you have so much to share with people and understanding the frameworks for the business itself, how to do it, what's in the way, what the expenses to grow from scratch, the profile. I'm excited about that for you.
Yeah.
So Tommy, stay on. We're going to do a round table.